Hello, today I'm going to do a Alex Vause from Orange is the New Black inspired makeup look. I've really loved that series and will continue to love it because there's a second series coming. Um, and I really loved Alex's character. I thought she was really strong and funny and I really liked her. So I thought I would recreate her look. So let's get started. Okay, so we're just going to start by obviously just tying up our hair or just your fringe if that's all you want. I actually straightened my hair already because my hair is crazy curly and she does not have curly hair at all. So, okay, we're going to get started with just some light concealer. You don't want to put on too much because obviously, you know, they're in prison, so they're a little bit tired, I guess. But yeah, so you're just going to want to, if you have dark circles like me, then you're just going to want to cover most of them up because she does have quite a nice like flawless look, but if you look closely you can see that they still purposely kept the dark circles there. So I am using the Bobbi Brown corrector in light bisque. Okay, and this is a really good product if you have dark circles. So just a little bit of that, and then to keep the under eyes a little bright, just put on a light concealer. This is the collection Lasting Perfection in Fair one, and I like to, even just for everyday things, just use a, but oh yeah, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep it to this section, not go too much down here, because you still don't want to look too perfect, but just lighten the insides of your eyes, like that. But yeah, I like to use a lighter shade than I normally have for inside the underneath my eyes, because just to brighten it up a bit. Then take a slightly darker concealer. I'm using the Wake Me Up concealer in Classic Beige, number 30. And this is another really nice concealer as well. And I'm just going to cover up this bit of a pigmentation thing I have. I think the rest of it is pretty good, but I'm just going to cover up any big freckles I have, because she does not have any freckles and I have a massive amount of them, because that's what you get for being Irish. So just any freckles, because we don't want to go with too heavy a foundation, for the same reason as why we didn't want to have too much concealer and stuff. So I'm just gonna actually pat this in. I'm not gonna use a brush. Actually, my freckles are really quite dark, so it's sorry, my neighbor walked by. So it isn't, what am I trying to say? So it's really hard to cover them up, but I like my freckles, so normally I wouldn't, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm gonna try a bit. That's enough. Like, obviously it's still, it's a completely different color to my skin, but that's what the foundation part's gonna fix. So I'm just taking my Cosmopolitan Beauty Blender. This is already damp, because that's what you have to do when you use it, and I'm gonna take the Body Shop Vitamin E BB cream. I'm using a BB cream because you don't want to look too caked in foundation. So I'm just gonna take it. I don't know if there's many shades in this one. It's called like glowing shade, but I think there's only one for with the Body Shop BB cream. Okay. So just start from the middle and work your way out. And on any parts where there is concealer, you want to pat, not rub. Because if you rub, you will budge the concealer and it won't actually do its job anymore. So that's kind of silly. So just working from the inside out. When it gets to the outside, you aren't going to want to do too much. These freckles are not being covered at all. But yeah, once it gets to the outside, you don't want to do a lot of foundation, because then that leaves you with a more obvious line up onto the forehead as well. Good, good. So yeah, so you just put on your foundation as normal. Really, you could go for a lighter shade than what I have here because she's not exactly pale, but she definitely isn't tanned. Okay, blend it out around the... Now, so that's it, just your nice basic foundation. Good. Then you're going to want to go with a powder. I'm using One Heck of a Blot by Soap and Glory. Sorry, that was someone on the phone. So where was I? Yes, powder. Yeah, I like this powder, and another thing that's good for this particular look is that it is really quite light. It says it's translucent, but I find it really makes me look lighter than I am. But that's good because right now my face is a bit tanned, a bit more than hers is. I know it doesn't look on the camera, okay, but you'll have to believe me, okay? So we're just gonna set the foundation in place. Just a light dusting. Good, good, good. Oops. Okay, excellent. So now if you look at her picture, her face even in the program, she has really defined cheekbones. So we're going to try and recreate that because I don't really have that much shape on my face, unfortunately. But with the help of the Sleek Contour Kit in Light, there, and it's just a contour powder and a highlighter, and I'm also using, oh yeah, sorry, this brush that I used here was just Elite Models powder brush. I got it in TK Maxx, so, but it worked really well. And I'm going to use the buffing brush from Real Techniques, and just take a little bit, and then just in there, obviously that's a shit ton, but we're going to blend it out. And you just want to make sure that it doesn't look too intense, but that it really gives you that nice, see? And suddenly I have a nice high cheekbone, okay? So when you're doing this, you kind of want to blend it upwards into your, the apples of your cheek kind of place. Okay, so excellent, that's that side. And then going on this side, blending it up into the... If you see the way here a lot went on, just take your brush, wipe off anything that's left on it, because you can still blend it out fine, but if there's still a lot left on it, you don't want to have that on the brush, just as you go through. So there, simple. And she has a bit of blush on, but it's not a crazy amount, so I'm going to take a really natural colour, and this is the Revlon Photo Ready Cream Blush in Pinched. I'm going to take the Real Techniques stippling brush, take a tiny bit on the brush, and I'm not going to put it on the apples, I'm just going to put it here, just above where I did the contour. So you don't want it to be too obvious, just above. And then same on the other side. Yep, just like so. So it just gives you a little bit of colour, but not a crazy amount. Okay. And also with the nose, I'm going to go back to the kit again. And we're going to do the highlighter as well. And I actually use the buffing brush again for the highlighter. So this will just help with the look of high cheekbones. Okay, and then on this side again, so you just want to put it where your cheekbone is, just there. I'm sure everyone knows that by now. I'm also going to put some highlighter down the bridge of my nose. And then using the contour brush from Real Techniques, I'm going to take a tiny tap of the contour powder and just run it down the sides of my nose, just to make it look a bit thinner, a bit more defined. And I'm just going to blend it kind of together a bit so it isn't a massive line difference. And there we go. I have a pretty small nose anyway though, so that isn't a major issue for me. I'm going to put some in there though. In there, in there. so that is all your face stuff completed. So now we are going to move on to the eyes, and the eyes are really simple except for the eyeliner, which she is kind of famous for. She said in one of the episodes that she swapped her antidepressants for eyeliner. So I'm just going to take my, well, any just like basic brush, but this one is a Dior brush. I don't know, even my mum didn't want it, so I took it. Okay, and I'm going to take the Naked Basics palette, but you can use any neutral palettes and neutral colours that you have. So to start, I'm going to take Walk of Shame here, this third colour in, this one, on my brush, and I'm just going to pat it over my eye. I really should look into the mirror and not into the camera because I'll probably end up making a mess. But yeah, and then again, you don't want too much, you just want a nice base on your eye, so just like that. Then you're going to take Naked 2, which is this light brown, and I'm going to take it on the number 7 shadow blend and contour brush. I don't actually like this brush, but it's the best one I have at the moment, but to be honest, I don't like, in the beginning I liked it, but I've just realized it's not that good at blending, to be honest, but it does the job, but it's not like it was the cheapest blush in the shop. So yeah, you're just gonna wanna into there, and just a little bit. It's nothing too obvious, just that. Okay, and then a tiny bit of faint, which is this. I wouldn't call it a dark brown. It's a medium brown, I would say. Just take a tap on your brush and just right into the very corner, just here on your eye. And then same on the other side. Blend a little bit into the crease, but it just gives you really nice depth to your eye. There. Perfect. So that's it for eyeshadows. I'm actually going to take, that's a lie, I'm going to take a tiny mix of Faint and Naked 2. Just like tap it in both, go like tunk tunk tunk, and then just a little bit under, just under there. Yep. Simple. And